Ladies and gentlemen, another disrespectful unaliving has happened in South Africa. A South African white farmer just unalived 3 kids.
So we have some major breaking news coming from South Africa. So a white farmer in South Africa ran over 3 children who were coming from school. And let me tell you, when this white farmer, an Afrikaner, was asked why he ran over them, he said that he thought they were animals. These were 3 black children. He unalived all of them. These black children are, let me read for you, Zinle, who is 14 years old, Amalhe, who is 13-year-old, and Bali, who is 12-year-old. Imagine saying that African children look like animals. And let me tell you, he ran over them, and even he didn't even stop or even took them to the hospital. He just left them there. And let me tell you, government has released this person on bail, even after saying that African children look like animal. Just imagine if this was a black person running over white children. This could be a national and international case. But now, because it is an African and it does not affect the Americans, this person will walk scot-free, saying that he thought that those children who were coming out of school were animals. I'm telling you, Africa must liberate itself.
This South African farmer said he thought they were actually animals. This cannot happen in my country, actually. It cannot happen in my country. Don't let me say what will happen. It cannot happen in my country, because if it happens in my country... Alright. So, after saying that they thought they were animals, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, the government of Cyril Ramaphosa has granted this farmer a bill to get out of, facing justice. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a democratic country. That is a very democratic country. Can you imagine? And a lot of South Africans will still come out there and say that Julius Malema is not qualified enough to be the president of South Africa because he's aggressive. Let me just tell you something. They say desperate times only requires desperate measure. I will tell you this, and I'll be very specific. Bullies don't back off until they see someone that can equally respond to their ferocity at the same wavelength or even more. That is it. You can't match 3 kids and say that you thought they were animals. That is actually deranged. That is one of the most psychopathic things I've heard in my life. But well, I'm not from South Africa, but I'm African. That's why I'm saying this. I don't know. It's down to the government of South Africa. It's down to the government of South Africa to make sure that the families of these kids get justice. Everybody talks about white genocide. We have not seen anything like white. I have not, as of this 2025. But in this 2025 alone, a lot of black South Africans have been unalived by these nefarious elements. You see, one of the most annoying things is when I hear white South Africa. There's nothing like white South Africans. And you know why the United States were concerned about this whole kill the boer, the farmer thing? It's because when you look at the anatomical structure of those old South Africans, you will know that these guys were actually Americans. And it's so unfortunate and shameful that South Africa has just successfully been able to produce a nefarious president such as Cyril Ramaphosa. What a big shame. A great country like South Africa. Is that the best you can produce? That's a very, very big shame, I repeat. And I stand on it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy 72 Andre signing out. Enough said, but before I go, see you on the next video, man.